Morning, boys and girls. Today I'm going to read this book called The Tortoise and the Hare. And it starts off with a real story and then it goes into like a little bit funnier version. A fable is a short animal tale that teaches a lesson. It is one of the oldest story forms. The Tortoise and the Hare is from a collection of hundreds of fables called Aesop's Fables. These stories may have been written by Aesop, a Greek storyteller who lived from 620 to 560 BC. Okay, so here's the original story. A hare was teasing a tortoise for being slow. "Do you ever get to where you want to go?" the hare asked, laughing. "Yes, I do," said the tortoise, "and it doesn't take me that long. Let's run a race and I'll prove it." The hare thought that was very funny and agreed to the race. The fox set the course and started the runners off. The hare quickly hopped out of sight. He was so sure he would win the race that he lay down for a nap. The tortoise walked slowly and steadily. In time, he passed the hare, but the hare didn't wake up until the tortoise was near the finish line. Now the hare ran as fast as he could, but he couldn't catch up. The tortoise won. The moral of the story: slow and steady wins the race. So fables are pretty short. Hey, ever seen a tortoise do this or this? My name is Balderdash, by the way. Funny name, right? The word balderdash means nonsense, silliness, baloney. But Balderdash is a long name, so just call me Dash. That little fable you read just now, it's all true. Those are the facts, but it left out all the good stuff, like how that race got me started as a comedian. That's right, my job these days is to make others laugh. Pull up a stump and I'll tell you all about it. So here he is kind of being silly and funny, and here he is being a comedian. Jiffy the hare was a pain in my neck even before the race. He bugged me like ants on applesauce. You see, as hares go, Jiffy was pretty darn slow. He couldn't keep up with the other hares. That's why he was always hanging around. Teasing me made him feel more important. He'd say things like, "Hurry up, Glacier," or "Tag, you're it." Then he'd bounce around me like his springs had come unsprung. Jiffy's teasing helped make me what I am, though. I learned to find the funny. For example, when Jiffy said, "You couldn't even catch a cold," I did great big slow motion sneezes. The other animals loved it. Just watch. Okay, so here he is teasing him, and here he is kind of taking what he said and kind of joking around about it. One day, Jiffy asked me, "Do you ever get anywhere?" "Well, sure," I replied. "Wherever I go, there I am." And that's when I had my great idea. "Hey, let's race." Jiffy laughed until his ears jiggled like jelly. "A race," he said. "You want to race me? Have you lost your mind?" I patted my head. "Nope, I'm pretty sure it's still here. Come on, let's race." He looked at me confused. "What's the matter?" I asked. "Scared? Me? Scared of losing a race to you?" Jiffy said. "No way." Roxy the fox offered to be the judge. She set up the course. Animals from all over the forest gathered to see the big event, tortoise versus hare. "On your marks, get set, go," said Roxy. Jiffy was off like a streak. I was off like a smudge. But as I moved my short little legs as fast as they would go, all eyes were on me. I pretended to pant. The animals chuckled. "Hey, what did the snail say when he was riding the tortoise's back?" I called out. I paused for just the right amount of time. "Whee!" Everyone laughed. I made a goofy face and they laughed harder. "What do you get if you cross a tortoise and a porcupine?" I asked, then paused. "A slowpoke." As the animals hooted, I made a clumsy attempt to tap dance. More laughter. Okay, so he's basically just amusing all of the animals with his jokes. The race went on and on and on. Every so often, I pretended to trip, or I wiped sweat off my face, or I'd suddenly tuck myself back into my shell as if I were scared. Then I'd slowly peep my head out. The crowd ate it up. Want to know the best part? Jiffy the hare was watching me too. I could see him hiding in the bushes. He would watch for a bit, then race ahead. Watch for a bit, then race ahead. There was a lot of running, even for a hare. The poor guy must have gotten himself all tuckered out. Near the finish line, there he was, snoring by the path. I motioned for the crowd to be quiet. I crept closer and closer to the finish line. When I was just about to cross the line, I let out a loud, super slow, fake sneeze. Achoo! That woke Jiffy up. What? No, he hollered. He sprinted toward the finish line as fast as he could, but it was too late. I won. Not fair, not fair, not fair, Jiffy cried. I tried to shake Jiffy's paw. Good race, I said. I've never had so much fun. Jiffy pouted and looked around at all the animals. He looked at me. Then he let out a little giggle and a bigger giggle. Pretty soon he was rolling around, laughing so hard he could barely catch his breath. Have you ever had an aha moment when suddenly you understand something that didn't make sense before? Jiffy was having one of those. As soon as he managed to stop laughing, Jiffy put a paw on my shell. Sorry I acted like such a jerk, he said. You were really great out there, Dash. Ever since that race, Jiffy and I have been friends. We're partners in comedy, too. Coming soon to a forest near you, the Jiffy and Dash Show. Sure, slow and steady might win the race, but slow and funny will win you the laughs. Okay, so here they are, friends at the end and doing a comedy act. So I hope you enjoyed the story, The Tortoise and the Hare, told by the silly but truthful tortoise. So see you next time.